Almighty God created the races. The fact that he separated the races shows that he did not intend for the races to mix.
On July 11, 1958, Mildred and Richard Loving, freshly married, were arrested for violating the Racial Integrity Act of 1924. The act banned intermarriage to stop people from being confused so they could separate the children easily. On June 12, 1967, the Lovings ended the ban by winning the court case Loving versus Virginia.
So much of me, Richard, because we could go away, but it's the principle, it's the law. I don't think it's right.
On March 20th, 1924, Virginia passed an act called the Racial Integrity Act. Virginia was one of 16 states that had this law. The law separated everyone into different classes by white and colored. The people were tired of not being able to tell the difference between young children and others that looked white but were not. According to the act, in any large gathering of school of colored people, especially in the city, many will observe who are sacredly distinguishable as colored. These people, however, are not white in reality or by law. The Lovings lived in Caroline County, Virginia. Here they were sheltered from racism and segregation. Being together wasn't much of a problem.
But it can change history. Here you have two humble people, modest in every respect, who really wanted to come home and live with their family in Virginia.
In 1958, Mildred Jeter, an African-American woman, and Richard Loving, a white man, got married in Washington, D.C. after being rejected by the law of Virginia. The people came home and settled in Caroline County of Virginia. On July 11, 1958, the couple were arrested after the cops were tipped off that they were a mixed-race couple on the scene.
The night we were arrested, I guess it was about 2 a.m. And I saw this light, and I woke up and it was the policeman standing beside the bed. And he told us to get up, that we was under arrest.
Mildred was 18 and pregnant with their first child at the time. They were taken to court, and instead of getting the normal 1 year in jail, they were banished from Virginia for 25 years. The Lovings moved to a black ghetto in Washington, and after their son got hit by a car in the busy streets, they had enough. After 5 years of living in the ghettos, they snuck back into Virginia. The couple wrote to Robert Kennedy asking him for help.
How did you find out what to do?
She wrote to, who you write to?
Robert Kennedy.
To Robert Kennedy. And did he answer?
Yeah. And he told me he said there wasn't anything he could do but to write to the American Civil Liberties Union. And I wrote to them, and I told them what happened, and Mr. Kennedy asked me to write to them. And it wasn't, I guess it was for a week, and Mr. Cohen called me. He told me that he was going to take the case.
They assure you that the federal court will grant a writ and bail, which means we could get you out of jail in a very short time, perhaps a matter of minutes or at most an hour. Okay, so it's another long court fight in front of us, and you just have to be patient, but the wheels of justice grind slowly. Okay?
After battling out in court on June 12, 1967, Bernard Cohen received a telegram from the clerk saying that they had won the case.
We have 3 3 children and cannot afford an attorney. We wrote to the Attorney General. He suggested that we get in touch with you for advice. Please help us if you can. Hope to hear from you real soon. Yours truly, Mr. and Mrs. Richard Loving. And it was that simple letter that got us into this not-so-simple case.
This ruling gave people their freedoms back and allowing them to marry whoever, no matter their race. Today, interracial marriages are more common but still rare. Many couples all over can now feel a relief thanks.
I think that marrying who you want to is a right that no man should have anything to do with. It's a God-given right, I think.
I wasn't in anything concerning civil rights. We were trying to get back to Virginia. That was our goal, to get back home.
Mildred never thought of herself to be a civil rights activist, as she never paid any attention to the situation except for those things she heard on TV. The Lovings were always very private and stayed quiet after the case, not taking any more questions or interviews. Interracial couples are able to walk down the street proud to be who they are. Without the helps of the Lovings and Bernard Cohen, who knows what we could have done.
Maybe we'll lose the small battles and win the big war.
That would be worth it.